welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi. Just have a seat, take a look around, and if you like what you see, maybe subscribe. Anyways, this is a technique that I learned at my Craft and Chat group last Saturday, and I had never seen it before. So I thought, oh, I got to share this because it's fun, it's creative, and it's different, I think anyways. So all it needs is some toilet paper, stamp, water, and a brush. That's all you need. And of course when you're going to decorate after. So I used a variety of different stamps. This one here, that's this one. So it's just a silicone stamp. And that's what it came up to be. And then you got this side as well, which I think this side in this particular case would have been a nice one to use, but I didn't. I chose the other way because this was the raised. So there's that one. And then this one here is a stamp that I used which was on the wood base, like this one here. And I really like how this one turned out. This one I used the backing from napkins on. And I really like the way that it turned out. Today I'm going to use toilet paper, but I really like the way it turned out. So there's that one. And then this one here is another silicone stamp. And it's music. And of course this one you would have, again, your one way and then your other way. Now, so this was me pushing it into the stamp, having it this way. So this would be the top. This is how it came off. So I guess we'll call this the positive side, and the other side is the negative side. Sure. And I'm just going to take a little, see what that looked like. You know, I don't mind that. Oh, I kind of like that. You don't really see that it's a music note, so do you? I think the technique, if the stamp is deeper, then you get a better outcome. If like this stamp here is very shallow in here, and so you don't get a really great look. But this is one I'm going to use. So let's see how it's done. So my spray bottle of just water and just whatever brush you got, and we just start with one layer. And I just do this first. I don't think it makes any difference, but that's what I do. And I'm going to put it on this way. And you want to make sure your stamps are clean, because otherwise your color of whatever ink you have on there is going to come through, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. But if you got black ink on your stamp, and you might not want a black butterfly. But so then you just, like I'm doing, just take, and all I'm doing is I'm pushing the paper, toilet paper in this case, down into the grooves gently, because of course it's toilet paper, so it could tear. And I see I didn't get enough water in here, so I'm just going to spray this and spray that. There we go. And maybe a little bit more there. And I just make sure that you get all the way around. There we go. When you're happy with that, then you just go to the next layer. Now this design is also battling the design in this toilet paper. Like I said, the napkins worked very well. The napkin backing worked very well as well. So it's a good way to use up napkin backings if you work with napkins. I enjoy working with napkins. I have been making more papers using my napkins. And a girlfriend of mine came over yesterday, and I discovered that I am not alone with as many napkins as I have, because I think she might even have more than me. But we had so much fun. Okay, so that is 2 layers. So, shaking the table I am. Okay. And if you don't take the time to get that paper all the way down, then you're not going to get the design. And I push it down there first just to kind of get it in place. And then you have to thoroughly let this dry. And always in a dabbing motion, not a swishing, because you'll just rip your napkin. There we go. 1 more layer. I find that 4 layers of toilet paper works very well. I did 6 layers on napkins on that little piece. I did six layers of that. But I find that I think the toilet paper on the napkins I had, the toilet paper is a little thicker, so that's why I used more. And it just comes down. The thicker you get, if you're going to use this side, the thicker you go, the less detail you're going to get on this side. It's the positive side. There we go. And they're nice, and you can tell when you're starting to get thicker, you can see the change in the color, that it's getting more white, not the color of the stamp. So that is what I'm going to stop at right now with this one. You let this dry thoroughly. You got a heat gun, go for it, but I let it dry overnight. I just let it be. And I just happen to have one. I'm going to put this where it won't get disturbed. So I have one. Oh, yeah, here's my fail. I failed. This birdie, I used him, but he just didn't have enough detail. Oh, excuse me, I got the hiccups now. He just didn't have enough detail in him, the depth of the detail. So it really didn't turn out. He's a scary looking bird. And then I thought, well, I wonder what the other side would look like. Well, now he looks like something prehistoric. So that's my fail. I'm going to probably use it in a cluster or something, because, I don't want to waste it, but okay, so now we have our butterfly, and this was done with toilet paper too, so the effect will be exactly the same. And you can see how little detail there is in here. And then when you flip it over, you look at all that detail. And I really like this. And the one that I did before, I did this side. So I think I'm going to do this side. And I just take and help it out a little bit there. Get it out of my way. And then I am going to, I'm a pink girl, so I'm going to use pink. And I'm just going to take and lightly go over this. And I took it off the table because I need to be able to, oh, that's pretty. Oops. I need to be able to maneuver my paper. And you can see the raised pieces are really taking that on. Taking on the ink. Let's see. There we go. So you can put on there as much as you like. Just gentle. Just gentle. Now you could take and also put some Mod Podge over it and let that dry again, and then that would give you, you could do watercolors on here. That'd be pretty too. Okay, so I'm going to take my, get my water out of there. Take my little finger tool here. Oops. I got a lot. And I'm just going to rub ever so lightly over top of some of the butterflies here. Just kind of give them a little bit of gold. Because, wow, why not? It just adds to it, I think. Who doesn't like gold? I know there's people that don't. I do. Okay, I think I'm going to put a little more gold in that. A little more, I think. A little bit more. Oops, not that one. I'll stick my finger in there. There we go. Get that lid on there before. I don't want that to dry out. This is my favorite. You'll see me use it a lot. Can't tell you. Oh, it's design cream. I've looked for this in different colors and I haven't been able to find it. I gotta go on a hunt. Gotta go on a hunt. I really liked that stamp when I found it, and then I couldn't get it to do a nice stamp. It's me, lack of I don't know, lack of knowing how to do it. I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, okay. So I think we are now going to. Ooh, I have some stickles here. So let's put some stickles on these butterflies. Do we want to put a little more pink on there first? A little more in there. I have, if you have one of those, these little things, that helps to get in there a little bit more. Oh yeah, that's better. Keep the gold off of there. Good thing it dries very quickly. I had made one of these and I already put it in a journal. It looks so pretty, and it was a butterfly journal, and so I thought, oh yeah, that has to go in there. That's looking really nice. Now I tried it with, I'm not going to do it with this one, but I did do it with this one. This is a marker pen, archival ink pen, and so it worked. I can't tell you, it didn't run through, and it didn't run on here. It stayed where I wanted it to be. So you can use some inks on there. I would test it first. But anyways, we're going to do a little bit of these here on the butterflies. This one here is the diamond one. And I do love the diamond. The diamond one, I don't know. I have a few other ones, but the diamond one is the one that I use a lot. It's hard to tell which butterflies are which here. But it looks very pretty. Okay, and then I have, oh, just gives that little bit of, you know, and I do in there. Okay, let's see. I don't know if those are picking up on for you or not, but de piety. Okay, so then I have these little guys, which this is a sheet that I bought quite a while ago, and as you can see, it takes me a while to get through them, but I'm just going to put a little daub of glue here. There's a little daub right here, because that's going to be the main. Oh, I could use, that'd be pretty too, to use one of the big pearls, wouldn't it? I don't know where it's going yet, so I'm going to use a smaller one. I can always add later. It's stuck on there. Okay. Ooh, I put it on backwards. Okay, let's turn it this way. I lost it. There it is. There. Okay, so of course I did this kind of a little backwards, but not too bad. So then when you're done, I would let all this stuff dry, but technically I don't have that much time with you. I don't want you watching glue dry. So I have this brush here, but these I don't trust for this to come out at the rate that I want. So I just get a little on my hand here, and I just get my brush wet, and then I just go around the edge. There we go. Okay, and then I am going to just ever so lightly tear, and you get this really nice cloud puppy vibe from it. I get rid of that. And we're just going to go along here. I try to stay a little distance away when you're putting it on, because as you know, once the water hits the napkin, it spreads out quite a bit. Like that one did. But you just got to be careful when you're pulling it, just to make sure that you're getting it where you want it to be. Ever so gently. And then if you get to the point where you don't like, you want a little bit more off, you can take more off. I tend to take less and then do more later, because as you know, you can't bring it back. Again, just ever so slight. There we go. Oh, there's my Charlie man. They've been outside. And he thought, oh, I go see mommy. Okay, here. There we go. Oop. See that could be a little bit there, but that's okay. Slightly. I like to kind of put that ridge that you get, and I kind of like to leave it out of the play. In other words, to get, oops, because I got too much off of that one. And then I need to get some more here so we get the butterfly. Oh, I was going to say butterfly effect. Okay, let's try that. It's a little tedious, but it's kind of calming, relaxing, seeing how it comes out. You can see I pulled too much there. And it doesn't have to be even at all. But I kind of like, you know, a little bit of consistency. You want to know what the shape is. Just going to go in along here. Just ever so. Oop, oop. See? But that kind of adds to the charm of it, I think. And I think I'm going to get this down a little bit. Oh, did you see what I just did? That's why I don't trust this. So I'm going to let that dry before I do anything more. It's going to be beautiful. It will. But we're going to let that might be a happy accident. I don't know. Maybe because then that will kind of just, oh, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. It might be a happy accident. Anyways, so that's how you do that. And then what do you use them for? Well, I am planning, I'm still working on a journal using the mugshot kit from Natalie over at Line Arrow. So I thought, why don't I make this, oops, not this, the cover. So this one here, I did the same technique. I took that gold and I just spread it along there. I took this here and I just went across it like this. And that gave it that kind of that, well, this is called clay sand. So it's kind of that clay look, but with a sandy color to it. So I thought, well, okay, why don't we just take and use this now? And I have this piece. And I know that's not really mugshotty, but I thought what it would do is maybe like this, and let's get this glued in. We don't need to spend a lot of time thinking about it. Just do it. Look at, I sewed a pretty straight line. I'm quite proud of myself. Because I don't normally do that. I'm not a straight line sewer. And my glue doesn't want to come out in really good force, so we'll force it. But this is also a really great way to get rid of, or not get rid of, we'll use your napkin backs. If you do any thing where you're using paper towel, that can go for this as well. Paper towel just need to separate the layers, just like we did with the toilet paper. I'm going to take and so get this down, and I'll probably whip around it once when I'm a little behind on my things that I do, my design team stuff, but that's okay. I will get where I need to be. I have a workshop coming up on Wednesday. I'm very excited about that. So I will be finishing up getting my kits ready for then. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Huh? Gentle, gentle, gentle. Okay. Now we're just going to, yeah, we're going to put it in the center. And glue. Okay. So I think I might take and stitch around that one as well. Yeah, we'll see. And then the Tim Holtz people. These are the family of the person that is being investigated. That's it. That's it. And I don't know if you know or not, but there's a big collaboration beginning tomorrow. The first challenge will be out tomorrow, and that is a collaboration with Natalie over at Line Dot Arrow and Mandy over at Sunflowers and Doors. I know there's a little more to her name than to the group, her Facebook group name. But what I'll do is I will leave that information in the description if you want to go check it out. I'll also leave my I'll leave that my link to my Facebook group should you want to join. Would love to have you. We have lots of challenges and beautiful prizes. And I think I'm about 40 people, 40 subscribers away from reaching 1,000. And I'm telling you, once I get to that 1,000 mark, we're going to have a little party. And do I want? Yeah, I want that about here. I want this somewhere. Don't overthink it, so just do it. Okay, and I had an actual number here that I probably, yeah, I did it. I knocked it off. I'll find that later. A little case number I had, which was a ticket number. And I don't know where it is. All I did, here, I'm going to get another one. All I did was I had these tickets and I'll just take and cut this off. I cut that off. Oh, I see it right there. I see it. That's what I did anyways. That's where it came from. It's funny how things just hide on you, and then all of a sudden they like peek around the corner. Oh, were you looking for me? Okay. Oop, oop. There we go. And I think, just to harden it up a little bit, I think I'm going to get rid of the glue here. I will take and sew around this. But probably, I want to put an eyelet in here. I want to put an eyelet in because I think the eyelet will make it look more, you know, yeah, that. I think just one eyelet will do, I think. Okay, you might get blinded by the light. No. I closed my curtain for this video because the sun is shining. It is a beautiful day for November 1st. I'm telling you. I'm hoping we can have a barbecue tonight. It's just absolutely beautiful out there. The sun is shining. And I'm going to see if I can get as far as I can, as close as I can get. Ooh, which looks to be right about there. Oh well, I guess that's where it's going. There we go. And it will look like it's, yeah, that'll work. That's probably a good spot for it. Okay, and then we're just going to put this guy in here. Hopefully that's it, because if it's not, it's gonna. It wasn't. Where'd it go? I'll try that again. So this is kind of sort of using up some stuff for recycle, because this paper here is some packing material. And well, if I use napkins backing, then that's using recycled material. Okay, I think we got it. There we go. There we go. Now I can choose to put a, oh. Let's hold on here. I got some things cut out. And I think, no, I don't have one cut out. But I used it. Well, I might hang a little lock or something there. Or maybe a little key. Or I don't know. But anyways, I still want to fit this in here somewhere. But he doesn't belong. Anyways, that's something that you can do with it. And as you can see, my little butterfly is starting to, it didn't affect it too bad. I am going to take and trim this out a little bit more and trim this corner off a little bit. And then this has to come in here too. So we get the shape of the butterfly here. It all depends. It all depends on what you want it to look like, to be honest. Okay. And then this here. There we go. It's getting a little better. And then just going gently, gentle. Well, that's what I'm going to do for now. That's what you just got to play with it and get it to the point where you like it. And then this side here if you had done this side, this is what you would have gotten. More like that. See, that's very pretty too. This way it looks more lacy. I like that too. So have fun, play with them a little bit, and careful on your water. I will take and even that out, and even this out, and get it all looking pretty. But that's the gist of it, and very versatile in what you can do with them. This one here will probably go as a page bottom and something, maybe a little. See, that would have been not in this one, but many different uses. The bird is a fail. That I that I know. All right, so scrap the fail. Here's our pretties. These work really nicely. Like what I did with it on the journal was I had both sides done like that, and then I just use it like that on a page, and so it hung over. And it was very pretty. It was very pretty. So I hope that you share some, if you do this, that you share this technique in the group. Would love to see what you've done, your take on it. But thank you for hanging out with me. And oh, I didn't have light on at all. Oh well, hopefully this worked. Bye-bye. This is a Saturday, I tell ya.